All right, guys, it is time for Mental Wellness Wednesday, and I'm here with Dr. Tracy Alloway, who always shares her best tips and tricks on how we can live a more full and mentally healthy life. So, Tracy, today we know that we have kids going back to school, and we're already struggling with that concentration. And for adults, too, a lot of people are getting pushed back to the office. We're leaving our homes in that hybrid work schedule. So, tell me your 3 tips that you've brought for us today.
Yeah, so this is the time of year we start to panic because we realize the summer fog hasn't lifted yet. We're having difficulty concentrating. And so here are 3 research-based tips. The first one is to allow yourself space to daydream. And this may sound actually counterintuitive. And I had the same response as you, Jenna. But the reason it works is because when we daydream, it activates a different part of the brain. It actually activates the part of the brain associated with creativity. So if you find yourself stuck or you find yourself kind of drifting mentally, make it intentional. Take a moment and allow yourself to daydream and let your creative brain kind of take over.
Kind of let that loose. And I think, I know I will sometimes find myself in a cycle of reading the same sentence over and over, and I have to just get up and go walk away and kind of space out intentionally. So,
exactly.
So actually accept that and not be hard on yourself for it.
That's right. And the interesting thing is that researchers, when they looked at brain scans of people who were daydreaming, they found their brains were actually more active when they were daydreaming, rather than, like you said, trying to reread that same passage again and again.
Right, exactly. Using that force. And so the next tip you have is to move. And I know you have so many great ways of movement. You take all sorts of really fun classes. So talk to us about movement.
So this is also geared at longitudinal studies. So we track people over time. And they found that for students who are learning, their grades improve significantly simply using 30 minutes of movement every day. And that could be jumping, just walking, small steps, big steps, so nothing major, just things that you do every day. So if you're a parent struggling to get your child to focus, have them walk around the kitchen or the living room while they're doing math and spelling, and you will see a substantial increase in their concentration and ultimately their grades.
Oh, that's fun. I know my sister Savannah, she's a STEM teacher for elementary school kids, and she does dance breaks. So the kids get to pick 2 songs, and they can get up, they can move around, they can do what they want, but they have a little dance break, and then, but the agreement is they all have to sit back down. And I know we talk about breathing techniques a lot, but this also plays a really big part here.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. As a memory researcher, I'm always excited about memory-based research. And this one shows that when we inhale rosemary and peppermint, it can actually open up our memory neurotransmitter called acetylcholine. So if your child needs to start concentrating, or you need to concentrate for something at work, having a little whiff of an essential oil like rosemary or peppermint is a great way to do that. A fun tip, if you don't have access to that in the workplace, studies show that even peppermint gum can have the same memory benefits.
You know, I actually had a tutor that would let me have peppermints because I wasn't supposed to have a lot of candy and stuff as a kid, but she had these red and white peppermints that I thought were so great. And that's what she would do, is like if I was struggling a bit, she'd be like, would you like a peppermint? And I also associated that with enjoying to study and enjoying to focus.
I love that association.
Yeah, great. And so I know that you always have a lot of great resources for people, and you share some of your fun techniques. And also, like Tracy's TikTok, if you haven't seen it, is so fun. And she gives you all of these tips and tricks in a fun, accessible way. So where can we keep up with you?
I'm on social media, Dr. Tracy Alloway. I have an app that's memory-based called AWMA. And I also have a website, tracyalloway.com, and I'd love to connect.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Tracy, for another great Mental Wellness Wednesday.